I wanted to also mention to you that there's been a sentiment that I've seen online a lot from a lot of the internet wrestling community where they think that, hey, this partnership, if you will, if you really want to call it that, this working agreement, we'll call it
Mhm,
that, with
mhm.
TNA and WWE could result in TNA being bought out by WWE. And Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com says, I'm confused as to what really leads people to believe this. WWE hasn't been in the tape library acquisition mode in years and largely did it to build a library for the network. UFC bought WFA, Pride, Strikeforce, WEC, IFL, but that was all before Endeavor. And Brandon Thurston from WrestleNomics quote tweeted that and said, if part of what's motivating WWE's cooperation with TNA, NOAH, and reported interest in a Mexican partner is mitigating TKO's antitrust risk, which is demonstrated by the MLW settlement and UFC class action suit, buying the number three domestic wrestling company would certainly go against that. And I think that's a piece that a lot of people overlook. I don't think it's a huge secret that WWE had a huge, several, I mean, multi million dollar settlement with MLW at the end of last year. It makes it hard for us to imagine them buying TNA if they're trying to defend themselves in an antitrust suit. That's big business. That's big money. I could see them doing more of this and maybe just to further prove that they're not really a monopoly. What do you make of that?
If you can protect yourself being accused of being a monopoly, that's good.
Yeah.
Uh, and it gets you some new talent. But there's not any of those talents that they're working with that wouldn't want to work there full time. It's just WWE is the mountain for a lot of those guys that are on smaller promotions or they're independent guys. It's the holy grail in that respect. And AEW is another great option for these guys. Think about it this way: AEW's got multiple television shows on viable networks. They have a very wrestler friendly schedule. I think we could all agree on that. The guys are not getting worked to death. They're not being treated like circus animals, as Bret Hart used to say. And they got that's a great schedule. And it's hard to recruit against working where you're doing two primetime television shows a week, as they are on Dynamite and Collision. So it's always, as you're a booker, you're always looking for talented new. And it's like Vince's old deal of JR, I want you to go out and hire athletic tens with the women. They got to be athletic. They got to be able to put their feet one foot in front of the other. They got to be coordinated, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of the formula. Athletic, athletic new is good, and there's a lot of good talent out there that just has either been discovered or exploited, quite frankly. So I'm again, the more talents that are given the opportunity to get on a bigger stage than they're currently in, to me, is a good thing. And I think and Tony Khan's done a good job of building his roster. I mean, AEW's roster with the acquisition of Mercedes Monet and Okada, and, they're loaded.
Yeah.
They got great stars, and I'm not gonna. The storytelling's the storytelling. Either you like it or you don't like it, but there's the bodies are there that can execute the game plan, and I think that's really important. So Tony Khan's relationship with these talents with a New Japan background or some sort of contact with that group is smart, because all those acquisitions, those the couple that I've mentioned, just make the roster stronger, quite frankly. And I think they've had a good, solid rapport going forward, and looks good. I enjoy. I'm gonna do some commentary on the next pay per view for excuse me, for AEW, and I'm looking forward to it because there's always great matchups, and talents get the opportunity to stand out, to be stars. And that's what everybody's looking for. They want their break. They want to break through with a great match, steal the show, so to speak, and rock and roll. So, but that's the same thing for everybody. I think that's everybody's looking for their chance to break through and to impress people. And that's what both companies are doing right now. I didn't see the WWE event in, where was that, Scotland?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Clash at the Castle. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So, and not, I wasn't boycotting. I just, other things are on my calendar, I guess. So, but in any event, pardon me, I was a big fan of, I'm a big fan of getting providing opportunities to get talents more work. And that's really important for me as an individual, as a wrestling fan, to see these guys get the chance to quote unquote live their dream. Everybody wants to live their dream. You want to live your dream where you are down there on the lake, and I want to live my dream. I want to be healthy and all that good stuff. So it's just everybody's got a plan. Everybody's got a plan. And at the end of the day, unless you're just a cynical bastard, you want the plan to be positive at the end of the day.
Well, and we're positive that Forbidden Door is coming right on time next weekend. If you haven't already, pick up your tickets now, AEWTIX.com. JR is going to be there, and you should too. If for some reason you can't make it, well, we understand that if you can't make it to New York. So what you could do is just order the pay-per-view. That's what I'll be doing. And I
There
can't
you go.
wait to see Swerve Strickland defending his title against Will Ospreay in the main event. We're going to have a ladder match for the vacant AEW TNT Championship. We got Takeshita taking on Mark Briscoe and Jack Perry and Dante Martin. And as we're recording this, still 2 more participants to be determined. Maybe you learned who that was last night on Dynamite. Mercedes Moné will be defending her title and actually challenging for the New Japan Strong Women's title.
She's been, by the way, excuse me, she's been impressive. You know, it took a while to get her in the ring.
Yes.
As the creative went along. But she's, I don't want to say she's better than I thought she was, but maybe she's better than I thought she was.
Wow.
What I've seen has been impressive. She's very athletic, tough little gal. And she's got a great look. And that was a good hire by Tony. I think she has strengthened the female side of the roster, in my opinion. Unique look, athletic, does a nice job. Really nice job. So she's a great addition to the roster, in my opinion. So nonetheless, and then you add the Ospreys, who's new. You know, he's one of the top wrestlers in the world.
No doubt.
You know, it's not like he's okay. He's better than okay.
Right.
And he's a great addition, and he's unique. His style is unduplicatable because he is so unique. So, but again, all those same people are getting the opportunity to do good work and stand out. They're getting those chances. So, and I like that. I think that's going to be good. This pay-per-view from AEW coming up really should be intriguing to me anyway. I like some of the pairings. It just seems like, I know we said this, it sounds like a broken record, but golly, Conrad, you know, the one thing that we can guarantee, and you can't guarantee much in wrestling, but you can guarantee the fact that the AEW talents are going to far exceed their expectations on pay-per-view.
Yes.
So if you're a pay-per-view consumer, you know you're going to get your money's worth watching an AEW show, a premium live event, if you call it. That's a good term too, by the way.
Yes.
Premium live event, I think is good. So anyhow, there's a lot of good wrestling on the horizon. And at the end of the day, guys like you and me that are fans, that's all we want. Good wrestling.